All right, thank you very much. I want to apologize ahead of time. I have a lot to cover, so here we go. We are the Amazon of services. Just pick what you need done, assign a start time, and magically the contractor will show up to take care of the problem. So I'm sure that most of you out here can identify with the problem of trying to find somebody reliable to get work done around your house. Either they won't show up on time, they won't answer the phone, or they won't come at all. Perhaps they're unskilled, unsafe, uninsured, or charge outrageous prices. Or, heaven forbid, they're outright criminals who take your money, put your home and your family in danger. So the idea from this actually came about 10 years ago. My family got scammed by some shady contractors, and I'm very familiar with the industry. I've been in this for over 28 years. I started very young. This is my 7th company since 2007. My name is Jason Van Zant. I'm the CEO. Our technical founder is Fateh Yenner. And then our COO is Elijah Kelly. So let me show you how the world's first home services marketplace works. Keep in mind, we're already making about $55K a month. So business owners create service listings. Consumers can then book them, schedule a start time for them, deposit funds for them, have the owner complete them, and finally release the funds after they're happy with the work. We offer over 128 different basic home services like pressure washing, pool service, and pest control. And I want to make it perfectly clear. It's not playing the video. Anyway, I want to make it perfectly clear that we are nothing like Angie's List. Angie's List and all the other sites, they're data harvesters. All they do is here we go. So Angie's List, they're data harvesters. All they do is collect your information, sell that information in the form of leads to local contractors. Contractors then call you, give you a bunch of irritating phone calls, and this doesn't really bring you much closer to getting work done. You still have to get them to your house, make sure they do a good job, all that. Our other competitor is MaidSailors.com. These are niche businesses. This is America's largest cleaning service. When I realized that people were willing to prepay for services, they'd like to book them ahead of time, I figured I could turn that into a marketplace for all services. Let me show you how easy it is to book a service through our marketplace. So you pick a listing, you choose the variation you need, you pick a start date, you pick a start time, click Book Now, you add your project details. After you get done entering that information, you click Continue to Checkout, then you deposit the funds for the service into escrow. You can use PayPal or a credit card. After you get done with that process, you will be sent to the consumer side project management page right there. We also provide our contractors all the tools they need to manage your project from beginning to end. So as you can see here, the service that I just booked appears on their work calendar. After they click on that, they can accept or decline the project. After they accept it, it turns into a green work in progress event, at which point they will send a series of text-based notifications. These notifications appear on the consumer's work, on the consumer's project management page. What this does is it allows us to automate the contractor's schedule. So as you can see, the morning and the evening blocks are basically filled up. So they're either doing work or they have elected not to do work during that time. Our contractors, the only requirement is they work 230 days a year. That means with the rest of the time they can attend family events. So after the project is complete, this is a review. So all the reviews show up on the consumers, on the listings. And what about the advanced project? So we also offer general construction beyond just the services marketplace. So you fill out this 2-page form. You describe your project details. You can upload pictures. You determine is it a remodel, a renovation, or a new build. And then right here, you choose all the required professions that you think are required, all the categories that apply to your project. After that, you determine when you would like it to begin and the ideal budget for the project. So why our customers love us? We provide instant online access to services, the main one. All these services are available on one website. All the services are pre-priced and customers don't pay until they're happy. And the big thing is they get to schedule this work directly on the contractor's work calendar. We train and vet every contractor. So I'm sure you're asking yourself, how on earth are they going to attract enough contractors to do all this work? So now hopefully you're familiar with our for-profit marketplace and construction company. We introduce you to our nonprofit training center. So students enter the training program. They choose from our 39 industries. They progress up their skill tree by working on real projects with fellow graduates. And after about 60 days, they graduate with an LLC, and then they can start creating their own service listings. We've already opened our first training center in Gulfport. This training operates like a real-life video game where students progress through daily objectives and optional side quests until they graduate with an LLC, at which point they can create service listings on our marketplace. So again, the big problem is attracting enough contractors, but research shows that's not as big a problem as we thought. I'm fixing to explain why. So we're trying to make this thing extremely prestigious, the opportunity. Students get paid to learn what they want through on-the-job training. There's no shortage of people who want a business, especially a business that we run for them. So this is the key to the whole thing. So tech manages these businesses. Traditionally, employees do all the work, but the business owner pockets most of the money. They pocket the money because they're out there getting the work, managing everybody's schedule, paying everyone, and providing the resources their employees need to succeed. But our technology can do all of that. What that means is we can pay our graduates as if they're business owners. So these people get paid 80% revenue. We take 20%. What we're trying to do is democratize small businesses to people who can do the work but can't necessarily run a business. We believe that everyone deserves a financial worry-free life. We are also extremely profitable as a general construction company. There is over $40 million in workforce development grants for Mississippi alone. Grants pay our instructors. Instructors train students on real projects. Students work in exchange for low wages to get this business. So you can imagine how profitable a construction company would be if it didn't even really have to pay its workers. So our goal is to create the largest construction company on earth. I know that's ambitious, but we are the first infinitely scalable construction company because anywhere our website exists, the construction company exists. So each location, we estimate to cost $120K to open. The U.S. can support 2,600 of these locations, an additional 4,400 around the world. So 78 businesses per location. That is 2 businesses of each of the 39 industries we represent. If each of these businesses make $100,000 a year, that would be $7.8 million per location. Keep in mind, this does not include the general construction, which could easily double or triple that figure. So the potential revenue from just the marketplace is $20.8 billion. So our projections, like I said, we're already doing about $55K a month. We've got a fairly successful construction company. By the end of year 1, we believe we'll be at about $4.25 million with 1 location. 5 locations that put us at $31 million. 30 locations that put us at $187. And keep in mind, this is just the services marketplace. And by the end of year 6, our plan is to go public and then go global. So our marketing strategy, for the students, it's a very prestigious opportunity. We're trying to market it like that. Consumers is, of course, instant booking. Google AdWords is our avenue for that. And then instructors is, of course, they get paid a good bit of money, and their opportunity is to improve the community. I can elaborate on this if you're interested. Our revenue model, we take 20% revenue from all services booked. All profit. This is basically all profit because tech manages these projects. Plus the general construction division is extremely profitable because grants pay our employees. And this is just basic home services. So we have many additional revenue streams that we're working on. One example is on-site services retail combo. An example of that would be like you get a storage building with the associated service combined. So there's literally thousands of these that we could do. Of course, there's a lot of grant money that exists for creating business owners. We have our own app store that helps students, graduates, instructors, and consumers, so third-party developers create this. Professional services like catering, event planning, photography, we can accommodate that. Property development through our network of contractors. Financial services, an example of that would be like, so we help our students get the equipment they need, and then we charge slight interest on top of that. Our CRM suite, so we've already kind of built this stuff out, and we'll charge that as a service, a subscription as a service. On-site advertising, so if a contractor comes up with something new that they're willing to offer, they can promote that on our homepage. Insurance technology, an example of that is, so when a contractor goes to accept a project, they just pay for that project specifically. So we become the insurance agent, like $3 to install a ceiling fan or something, for example. And then stablecoin. This is another really crazy thing that I've come up with. And I want to create a cryptocurrency that's stable, backed by services. And I would love to talk to you about that. So funding, we're seeking $500,000 investment. Will let us optimize the training program and app. It would let us open all 78 businesses in the first location. This will let us optimize our website and app, so iOS and Android. It would let us determine our scaling requirements. And then next year, we plan a Series B to start scaling this thing across the country. We already have well over $250,000 invested. And this link that you see at the bottom here, this is from an A16 partner, venture capital partner. And she wrote this very interesting article that said if there's a company that can check all these boxes and they will tap into the $10 trillion service economy, if you read that, we almost hit all of them. It's really crazy. So hometown workforce, creating small businesses in your hometown. And then, I think I've already gone over that. So I finished a little bit ahead of time. I really sped through it. I guess that gives you an extra minute to ask questions.
So on the $55K per month, I noticed you got that on a few different slides. Is that, so your tech is already generating $55K per month?
So, kind of. So the way it works is like for general construction, people use our website to book services like that. So essentially it is running through ours, but it's not all through the marketplace. And I'm sure that's probably the question you're asking. Is all of that money coming through the services marketplace, which it is not. We've just had the services marketplace. We've tried about 3 different times to get it going, and this last time we've only had it going for about 2 weeks. So we've done probably about 40 projects over the past couple of months, doing our different beta test of it. But yeah, we've only just recently got the site up and running to the point to where we're letting people book services through it.
So I think I heard you say 3 different companies. You said the marketplace, you said a nonprofit, and you said a general contractor.
Yes, sir.
So what are you seeking investment for? Which, obviously not the nonprofit, but which one of the other 2?
So we're actually seeking investment for really just the tech side of it. So we need to build out this technology. So we need to build out the technology. And what that'll let us do, after we build out this technology, we can start scaling this thing as fast as we can get people in place to do it. It's really, we need to build our iOS and Android app. We need to optimize our website, and then we need to put people in place to actually facilitate all this work. So, but our construction division it's basically profitable as it is. We just need to build out the tech side of the business.
But that's carved out. You're not looking for investors for the construction business. You're looking for everything else.
Well, this part of the construction business too, it all actually works together. So the training program feeds the construction company with people, and we need the investment to build out the training program too. So the investment would help us create the curriculum and the app, because the app works like a video game. So it's kind of complicated. At the beginning of the week, the students, so our project managers train these students on real projects. And at the beginning of the week, the instructors will create the week's assignment for the students. So the students, a couple of days of the week, they work on their career path, like if they want to do basic electrical. 3 days of the week, they would just go out and they would replace ceiling fans, fix outlets, replace fixtures. The other 2 days of the week, they would actually accompany the general contractors to complete projects, basically as helpers. So it's all mixes together.
For the training center, how are you marketing to get the students in the locations? So like in Gulfport, where you're setting it up, how are you marketing those potential?
That's a good question. So the students that we're targeting now is basically people that know this. They've got a fairly good understanding of the trade, and most of the people that we're getting now is fairly young. So social media is the way we're attracting them. We're targeting people on Instagram, Facebook, and then we're trying TikTok. And then we're not trying to get rocket scientists. We're just trying to get people that can go through this fairly quick program, and then we can give them a business so they can start creating listings on our marketplace. So social media is actually our target for that.
A couple questions, but I guess to start, I mean, have you ever heard of a company called Homey with 2 E's? I don't know if you guys directly compete with them. And then on the 500K raise, what are the terms on the raise?
I was kind of told not to talk too much about that. I would be happy to talk to you about it afterwards, but I don't want to publicly announce that because I'm not sure if that violates SEC terms or whatever.
Okay, all good. Maybe that is earlier question to your point as well. People that revenue that you're getting are from contractors that are marketing on your website, but it's not people that are going through the services. Am I understanding that correctly?
Well, it's people that are, so say for example, you wanted to get your house pressure washed. You would go to the website and you would pick a pressure washing listing, like is your house single story, 2-story, and then.
Yes, is that where the 55K, the 55,000 monthly revenue, did that come from there, or did it come from?
It came partly from there. A majority of it came from our general construction division. We're using this general construction as like the foundation for this company. Because we've got a fairly big construction company that's sort of the basis for all of it.
Most municipalities have a permitting process, and also, for instance, an electrician, there's certain levels of electrical skills up to a master electrician. How do you manage all of that?
So for the marketplace, we're not doing anything that requires any licenses. So we're not doing anything junction box forward. All we're doing is like replacing ceiling fans, replacing light fixtures and stuff. Like I said to this gentleman, we're not really trying to get rocket scientists into this program. We don't need people with licenses. They don't need training through a technical college. All they need to do is learn the very basic electrical things, and they create listings for that. Our marketplace is not designed for complicated services. If you needed a remodel, renovation, or new build, you would fill out the form, and that form would go to our estimation team, and then it would become a general construction project. That's when we would get the licensed contractors on board to do stuff like that.
How many folks are you training currently through the training, and have any of them finished it?
So we just had the first people finish. It's a cleaning lady. We've got 6 other students that are training. We've got 1 student that just joined our pressure washing division. So we've got about 8 people that are currently in the program, and we're actively trying to enroll as many people as we can possibly get now. Because we're in a position now that we can almost support as much work as we can possibly get. I mean, there's an unprecedented shortage of quality contractors. There's so much work out there that we could have 1,000 employees and we could do all of that work. We just got to get the systems in place to support all these people.
Well, one, I did want to kind of compliment, but I thought it was a really creative marketing tactic to do that. And then 2, with someone that establishes a business to get on the marketplace, is there any kind of like exclusive agreement to say, hey, we want your primary income to come from our website, or are they allowed to create their own business that is not advertised?
So the way it works, that's a good question too. So we're actually trying to create small businesses. So they get their own business, they get their own brand, we help them do all of that. The only requirement is that they work 230 days for us. So the rest of the time they can do whatever they want, but in exchange for those 230 days, if they work exclusively through us, we can automate the process of doing their taxes. Because like I said, we're also in the process of doing these financial services. And what that means is we're helping, so this cleaning lady, we're beta testing this thing for her. And what that means is we're helping her get all of her equipment, and then she's going to pay us back over the course of 3 months for helping her fund the initial formation of her company. So good question.